my goblins, to another Touchstone session with the full group here. We have Tinkle, Rox, Yalek, Aiden, Ragnar, and Esker all ready to roll some dice and kick some ass after what happened last time, that whole zombie invasion, and dealing with the wizard who summoned them. So, just going to do a quick thing reminding people of goals and stuff. So, we already passed the 35 follower goal, which means that this Friday there's going to be a 4-hour Isaac stream where you guys get to make fun of me and stuff. Not like you don't normally. Then if we get to 40 by the 31st, then we're going to be doing a 12-hour stream. And if we get to 50, then we're going to be swapping our playlist, copying it over from Spotify, going onto YouTube Music. So, without further ado, here we are, with the party in Touchstone, doing all the awesome things. So, you folks have just defeated the big bad evil wizard who had a page in his hand, which was taken away by Yalek. The zombies are still incoming, but you can see a lot of them are being just mowed down by people who were running behind you as well. A lot of clerics are coming out of, that came out of the illusory building over in the Wycliffe District's park, right here. Dealt with most of them. You can see that there are maybe 200 to 300 zombies left, but they are dying by the score. No longer having the innate drive to go do something, they're just standing there waiting for death. What do you guys want to do?
Well, I don't know if anybody can actually see magical things, because that person is no longer with us. So I'm just going to scoop up everything this wizard had, and we'll deal with it later, and we'll go kill some zombies.
Okay.
Unless somebody else has any... I'm assuming everybody else caught up.
Yes, by this time everyone would have caught up.
So unless someone has any other thing they wish to do, I'm going to go assist in murdering some dead people.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep running along and murdering dead people.
All right.
I'm just gonna swing my sword and start hitting things.
That's
hitting
fair.
Creatures.
It takes you guys roughly half an hour to clean up everybody that's remaining, and for some reason I have to sneeze. I hate sneezing.
Yeah, I'm gonna help pick up whatever I can.
Okay, so between Rox and Aiden, you both actually managed to pick up a few things. You pick up the wizard's or the sorcerer or whoever the magic caster's robe. You find a component pouch, a staff, and a wand. He was also wearing 2 rings. Am I going too fast?
I'm just not sure. I don't want to. So we got a robe. I have a notepad open here. A robe, 2 rings, staff,
component pouch,
wand, component pouch.
Now, are you stripping him down to his skivvies, or are you just leaving him like you're taking the robe and? I suppose he's going to be stripped down to skivvies either way. You also find that he's wearing a very nice pair of silken slippers.
Silken slippers. Now, did he have an amulet at all? I thought he did, but I could be wrong.
He does have the amulet that was dangling on his chest. Yes. At the moment, though, it just looks like a silver blob.
Blob?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's silver, so it's worth some. And his bones aren't going to need it. Is he bones or ash?
He's mostly mush right now.
Yeah. His
flesh
pile of goo.
Yeah. His flesh is rapidly decaying into a pile of goo.
Yummy.
Is this similar to what's his face? The Savage guy.
Not at all. No, this one's like it's rotting. It's not turning into like a blackened goop, like the person was melted from the inside. It's just turning into a rotten pile of flesh.
Okay. Well then, yes, we'll leave the flesh there for whoever. Oh, who tore the page?
Yalek.
Or the Yalek? Do you still have part of it?
Yeah, I have the page still.
We'll see what it does later.
Sounds like one.
Alright, so. And I guess after clearing the zombies, we'll meet up somewhere, I would assume.
Mm-hmm. So you guys do manage to meet up eventually back in the ruins of the Miner's Paradise, which you've made your de facto base.
What's up?
After a lengthy discussion with a few people who were of an authority, you folks actually managed to clear 200 GP worth of debt just from helping out and killing things. A lot of people said, oh yeah, they were there, they killed this many zombies, they killed that many zombies, and it was decided that due to your contributions, you earned a little bit more of a pardon.
Perfect there, Escanor. And who was it, Ragnar that has the other one?
250 out of 2,000.
The start.
Hey, you're a tenth of the way there.
In like 2 days. We're going to have this done within like 3 weeks. Unedith Touchstone provides. As long as you're willing to kill like 200 people beforehand.
Yeah, whatever. Small price to pay.
Exactly. So I'll pull out the items from Mr. Caster.
Mm-hmm.
And I say, does anybody know how to tell if these are magical or not?
I actually might be able to. If I check, I might actually have detect magic.
I can
do, but I also don't have any spells left.
Oh, wait. Because I can
guess
tell
I'm
you what
alive.
they are. I just can't tell you if they're magical.
I don't think I've truly leveled up yet because I haven't actually had a rest. So, because I also was down at 0 hit points.
It's true.
So.
Yeah, I could also use a rest because I ain't got, if I recall, I only had 3 left.
So.
Yeah, I could use a rest.
You got 2 level 1 spells left. I need a rest.
I mean, I can identify stuff. Or not identify, but at least tell you what's magical.
I can identify, so you and me, we will be a team.
Sure.
Don't forget that to actually cast the Identify spell, you have to have a pearl worth 100 GP. It doesn't use the pearl, you just have to have one. So you guys might have to take a trip into town to go find one.
Is there one in the component pouch?
There is not, no. There are various arcane components in there, but nothing worth that much. Most of it's just bad guano, a little bit of sulfur, glass rods, some felt fabrics, a bit of fur, that kind of thing. Nothing that expensive.
A good rule of wrist. A good rule of wrist is that if it has a gold value attached to it, it's not in the component pouch.
Yep.
It's fair. 'Tis fair. I have to look at that feat because I don't know, because I got the spell through a feat.
Yeah, you would still require the
component. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's fair. 'Tis fair. All right. Well, we can always find potentially one of those later, but I have access to it, so.
At very least, I can tell you what's magical.
Yeah. However, though, is there anything that anybody saw that we need to go over?
Got this page.
I guess, can I see that page?
10-4.
I look at the page.
All right, give me a second here. I need to check something out.
And I can read the page. I may not understand the page, but I can read it.
It's true, you can.
I can't read it, so it's useless to me.
You can read it.
Can I? Perfect. I'll read it with them then.
You recognize it, actually.
Ooh, even better.
Oh, fun. I know what's coming.
It's my book.
It is your book. Written in ancient Dwarven, coded so that outsiders couldn't understand it. It is the book of a great and powerful lich who wrote this essentially tome as a how-to guide so he could gain followers in his immortal afterlife. The piece that you have right now is enough to raise zombies just on its own. Without any additional focus, any additional spellcasting power, it's such a powerful artifact and relic that it can raise the dead. Weakly, but it can do. The more pages you have together, the stronger the book is. And under your care, It was fine. And now a single page has made its way into the hands of one wizard, and it caused all this havoc.
I'm guessing we're going on.
I'm assuming that
I need to find the rest of my pages, boys.
I look at him and go, "Why?" I'm assuming I have no idea what this says because you said it was encoded.
Yes. So far as you can tell, it's an ancient dwarven recipe for brewing ale.
Gotcha.
This is my book. They have taken my book. We must find my book.
What? Why would a wizard want to brew ale?
I don't know. Must have been thirsty.
I'm fairly certain he was already dead.
At least partially so, yes.
Either way, need to find my book. Because clearly, my book, in the wrong hands, does the wrong things.
Clearly. Alright, well, let's take a rest. In the morning, I need to find a pearl. And then, I'm not sure what we do from there. But we can at least see what this stuff is.
It's true.
For sure.
Is there anything else? Looking through the pouch and the robes, is there anything else of note, like papers, journals?
No, nothing really of note. No, not the rest of your book, unfortunately.
Oh,
Devin,
man.
I want to take a look around, see if anybody was like watching this guy, kind of like his superior or something like that.
You guys you're far away at this point. Like, you took the stuff, you went back to the ruins. This is after you managed to clear the zombies. So you wouldn't have seen anybody around there anyway. Alright, but Aiden, if you are... Oh, you have to wait till the morning for Detect Magic, don't you?
Yes, I do. I also forgot that I've got to add a few things into my character sheet here, like my 5th level abilities.
That's fair.
Multi-attack.
Tinkle, is there anything you wanted to do before night passes?
Yeah, actually, I want to go into town and kind of just mingle around people. I'm going to use a disguise self spell. I want to mingle around and see if I can hear any gossip.
It's a little hard at the moment because most people are locked up in their houses, still in fear from the undead invasion. So not a whole lot of people are out. Was there anything else you wanted to try?
Nope.
Okay. Rox?
I'm assuming it's like early morning, right?
Closer to midnight, but yeah.
Okay, yeah. I'm assuming that I cannot think of a place to get a pearl that wouldn't be 5-finger discount.
I mean, you could probably break into one of the magic shops around town, no problem.
I said that isn't 5-finger discount.
Oh, that isn't. I heard that is. Sorry. No, you can't think of any place that would do that.
Okay,
Not this
I will
late.
wait till morning.
Yaluk?
No, I'm all good.
Okay. Ragnar?
I'm good.
Escanor?
I'm good.
Okay.
Oh,
So,
sorry. I just realized as well, Rox, that as a 5th level paladin, I get access to 2nd level spells, I believe, which means that I can use a spell called Locate Object. So I could straight up just locate a pearl.
Could you locate his book? Considering we have a piece of it.
Possibly.
Bonus.
I haven't read the specifics of Locate Object, but I can figure it out. Ooh, I also get Moonbeam and Misty Step.
Misty Step is
sorry.
very handy.
Yeah, tell me about it. Sorry, go on.
All right, but the night will pass fairly easily into the morning. There's the occasional groan from a zombie that still has to be put down, but by the time the mornings come, the guard has actually dealt with the vast majority of the bodies, and you can smell the faint, acrid scent of hair and muscle burning in the distance as a great fire by the town hall is built, a pyre for all the undead. You can see people going along the streets, splashing little bits of bleach here and there to get rid of the blood on the stones, and the scent of undeath kind of everywhere. There is an unofficial death toll of around 24 civilians, but that's a remarkably small number in comparison to the number of zombies there were. Oddly enough, a small contingent of zombies actually wasn't where they should have been. They were found outside the Great Library, all of them charred essentially beyond recognition, with a small body, unidentifiable, maybe halfling or gnomish sized, in the middle of them. Not a zombie, still completely intact, but definitely dead. So,
I crawl out of whatever hole that I'm in, sleeping for the night, and I take a big sniff of the air, and I go, smells like home.
Smells like burning. Yeah. So, Aiden, if you take the time to actually use Detect Magic, you discover that all of the items are magical, all the ones that I named, including the necklace. Of course, the thing that has the strongest amount of magic is that page. It dwarfs the others by a significant margin. It's obviously a very potent necromancy kind of amulet or magical focus. The robes themselves are abjuration. Both of the rings are abjuration as well. The necklace is also abjuration, and the wand is necromancy. And the slippers are transmutation.
Huh, convenient.
Well, let me go get a pearl. Then we can
I'm
resolve
rolling
this.
some hit dice.
All right, you gonna heal up a little?
I'm gonna roll some hit.
Yeah.
I'm also rolling hit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah.
We don't get a full rest from this?
You do get a full rest, but full rest does not heal you in my world. Not fully.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
I'm okay with HP. But how does your spell slot work?
Spell slots, they're fully regained, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Ooh, I have 20 hit points.
Don't forget you gain your level times your con as well.
Times my con. Oh,
Yes.
Jeez. I'm assuming con modifier, not your.
Yes, con mod. Yeah.
Our level times our con, so if mine's
5
2,
times 2
that would be
10.
an extra 10.
Yep.
Nice.
So I get an extra 5.
So I'm at 30.
Cool.
Wait, but it's already adding your con on this.
On the hit dice, yeah. Well, the hit dice are...
It'd be 16, it'd be 36 rather than...
So your hit dice are you taking like specific actions to try and heal yourself up. Your level times con is just the natural healing you get over the course of a night as long as you're well rested.
Oh.
Decent.
So I will take this time in the morning to try and locate a pearl of
Okay.
100 gold pieces.
I will also say that when morning comes, after your rest is done, you regain half your total hit dice. So if you only used 2 out of 5, you regain all of them. If you use 3 out of 5, you're going to regain 2 of them because it's half rounded down always in D&D.
I used 4, so I would regain 2.
You're level 5, so you'd regain 2.
So I'm down to 3 because I used 4.
Guys, I also get Fine Steed, which is unreal.
Yep.
Yes. Get your celestial mount.
So Aiden, are you going to try and use locate object to find him a pearl, or are you just going to let him wander around until he finds one?
I'm going to let him wander around. I'm not going to use all my spells right now.
Okay.
Plus, I'm just looking up some stuff.
All right, Rox, go ahead and roll a flat check, please.
Oh, what? Sorry?
Flat check, just a regular D20.
All right.
with quite a bit of luck, the first shop that you stumble onto actually has a pearl of that relative value in stock. Now, it'll cost you 105 GP, but it's there.
I'll buy it.
All right, not even hesitation, just do it. You purchase the pearl, and you take it back with you, knowing that you have a good pearl.
Meant.
Now, as a warlock, are you a ritual caster?
No.
Okay. So it'll burn one of your spell slots to do. Okay.
Only
Sort of.
after the tome.
I get to do it once for free, and then I have to take a long rest. Or I can burn
okay. Yep.
a spell slot.
All right, so you take some time to identify the objects and really focus in on them. It takes you roughly an hour to identify them all, but you do. So the slippers are slippers of spider silk. They literally let you walk and grip onto any surface. You can stand upside down if you wanted to.
Oh, cool.
I like
Okay.
those.
The one ring is a ring of necrotic resistance. It provides resistance to all necrotic damage.
Okay, one sec. I just need to break this out here.
Yeah.
Ring of necrotic resistance. Okay.
Okay. The other ring is a ring of fire resistance. The wand is a wand of cure wounds.
Now, are there limitations on who can use that? Like, before, did you need access to that spell to be able to use that wand?
Before you did, but these guys, as long as you actually to have attunement from a bard, cleric, druid, paladin, or ranger, you can use a wand of healing. The rings each require attunement as well.
Okay.
I very much would like that necrotic ring.
Robe, staff, and amulet is
Okay.
left.
The staff is a +1 quarterstaff.
I know who that's going to.
That's a Tristan thing. If anybody else is
That's kind of what I
denies,
Yeah. The
denies
robe.
that, I'll take that one.
The robe is a robe of mage armor.
I could use that.
Okay. The amulet is an amulet of adaptation.
Oh, that's interesting.
I have no idea what that means.
I'll take it if no one else wants it.
An amulet of adaptation, the physical look of it conforms itself to its user, but it also lets you breathe in any environment.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All right.
What else was left?
Oh,
The component pouch is just component pouch, yeah.
I believe that's it. So, Pinko would like the ring of necrotic resistance. Is there anybody else that would like that? I believe, Tinkle, it's yours then. Staff of +1 to Tristan, I would assume, unless somebody else has. Or sorry, you'll look, not Tristan.
Either of the two ways. I will take her for sure.
Trying to keep it as in character as I could.
Yeah.
Aiden said the amulet of
Adaptation.
Adaptation.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anybody else that cares for it? I wouldn't mind the robe of mage armor, which means that I can either hand off my breastplate to somebody else,
What kind of breastplate?
or just a regular breastplate. I just bought it because I needed something better than what I had. But it's but I mean that is just that. And then one of the paladins can probably take the wand. And then the silken slippers. Who wants to climb on walls? Because I already can.
That would be pretty fun.
Yeah, if no one's gonna say it, I'll take it. But if somebody else wants it, I'll give it up.
I wouldn't mind be able to walk on walls.
Hey, Rox, would you be okay doing a roll off for the robe?
I mean, we can.
I was just interested in it because my AC is only 11.
Yeah, we can do a roll off.
So I will say everything but the quarterstaff and the robes require attunement. Just so you guys know. You can only have 3 things attuned to you at once.
Yeah, you can take the robe.
Is that what you want to do, Tristan? Just do a roll, see which one.
Oh, it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
I got a quarterstaff, so if somebody else wanted the slippers, I'm not going to say no.
All right, I'll take the slippers.
Who is taking the slippers? Is that Ragnar?
Yep.
Now, Mr. Escanor, did you want to take the Ring of Fire Resistance?
No, I'm good.
DM, could you copy the robe of the robe for me?
Oh, it's just a homebrew item that lets you cast magic armor at will.
Oh, okay. Mage armor, you mean?
Sorry, yeah, mage armor.
Okay, cool.
Does anybody else need the Ring of Fire Resistance?
I mean, I can use it. It's always good for a tank to stack resistance.
Does a +1 quarterstaff also deal an extra +1 damage?
Yes,
Or is
it does.
Just +1 to attack. Okay.
+1 to attack, +1 to damage.
Just trying to edit it and see if I can get it figured out here.
And the Wand of Cure Wounds. Which paladin would like to take that?
I would be maxed out on magic items. Anyways. If you gave me the ring, that is.
Okay, you can have the ring. I will take the component pouch.
Okay, so who's grabbing the wand? Probably Escanor. If you're okay with that, Escanor, you want a wand of cure wounds?
I don't think it's something I'll use much, but sure.
It's usually just in case, right? So I'll send that to you. That's actually what the wand of healing does. Just so you know, so you have it, so you can use it. Okay. Having split the loot between yourselves and taken some time to re-up yourselves, what do you guys want to do next?
I want to go pay my respects to everyone who died during that little conflict.
Okay. So you make your way down to the bonfire, because all the bodies were just burned. There was no way to tell whether or not they'd raised to become more powerful undead than what was done last night. You make your way to the fire. You can see the corpses piled high, still awaiting burning. Right now, the massive pyre is engulfing probably about 50 of them, but there are still a good 200 to 300 left to go. And you can see men working tirelessly, guardsmen and such, to make sure that everything goes smoothly. There are already dozens of people here looking after the bodies of their kin. And a few of them look at you a little apprehensively, but not like you're a villain, just like you're unknown to them.
All right, well, I'm going to help the guards deal with the corpses.
They won't let you approach the corpses.
Okay, fair enough.
There's there's too much chance that you might be a necromancer in disguise kind of thing, so they're trusting only guardsmen to do this at the moment.
Fair enough.
Well,
After
after we split everything, I'm going to go to a store, pick up a couple more rations, and sell my old quarterstaff.
Sounds good. I mean, the old quarterstaff isn't really worth much. It's just a length of wood. You get like 2 copper for it.
Perfect. That's minty to me. What are rations worth?
Off the top of my head, I don't know. Rations are 5 silver pieces each. I think.
Okay.
That was right.
Cool.
Friggin' resistances over there on Aiden.
Yeah.
Half the potent damage types in the game.
Well, fire and poison are the most common ones.
Mm-hmm.
So the necklace of adaptation is pretty cool.
Yep. I'm assuming you've used it before?
I used to have a transmutation that I used a bunch of shit on. Yeah.
Okay. So, Tinkle, if you want, you can actually use your disguise self spell to wander around the people now to see like, if you want to gather some rumors. Okay, go ahead and roll a perception check, please. You managed to hear a few things of interest. You hear that there's some sort of party going on in the town square because there's such a big fire. You hear that a lot of sailors have been coming and going from Portgate oddly at weird hours, kind of thing. No one really knows why boats are setting off in the middle of the night. You've heard that the Good Sword in Northgate serves really good steak. And then the Wycliffes are going to be selling the mines.
I definitely relay all that to the party, and I kind of put emphasis on the selling of the mines. Like, we should check into that.
Is anyone else doing anything fun?
Were they the mining family?
The Wycliffes, yep.
Oh.
They own the vast majority of the mines.
Fair enough. What do I want to do? I want to
Break free?
go to the Great Library and see if that annoying gnome is still there.
Okay, so you head over to the Great Library, and as you actually walk into the place, you can see there's actually a different person behind the counter at the moment. There's a large, half-elven lady, and by large, I mean she's around 6.5, 7 feet tall. She's a really tall half-elf. And as you kind of wander in, she says, "Please wait a moment and sign yourself in." She pushes a book towards you.
Is the gnome around?
You'll have to be more specific, my dear. We have many gnomes on staff.
The one that would normally stand where you're standing.
You must understand we each take our turns at the front desk.
I see. Thank you. And I leave.
Of course. Enjoy yourself.
Always do.
Okay. Do you guys know what you want to do? Because there's a whole lot of directions you could go.
I'm here to follow and hang out. So anything you guys want to do.
Did I find out when they're going to sell the mines?
Nope, just you heard a rumor from an idle housewife.
Can you find that book with your locate object ability or no?
If it's familiar to me, then yes. I'm assuming if I have that page. It's also as long as it's within 1,000 feet of me.
That's not very far.
No.
But I mean, like, the book was taken technically within 1,000 feet because it was within the illusion, and now it showed up back in town.
Yeah, but I'm fairly certain the town is further than 1,000 feet from end to end.
Yes, much.
1,000 feet is probably like
it's only like
one of those squares, and
it's only
maybe a
100
little
meters.
bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
We could.
I'm not totally sure how well
Do you
locate
have access
object
to
would work.
Speak with Dead? Third level, we don't have access to that.
Well, I was gonna say what we could do when you use the locator spell, we can try to go next to one of the invisible churches.
I don't know if it'll pierce their illusion.
There's only one way to find out.
That's true. We could go next to that main building. The one with the Archbishop guy.
The Wycliffe one?
Yeah. Or the one with Archbishop, whatever his name was. I have it here. Archbishop Xerxes.
That's the Wycliffe one.
Yeah.
I don't think, considering they fought against the zombies, I don't think they're part of it.
Yeah.
Now, did we figure... Oh, never mind. I was on a train of thought there and it escaped me.
Well, if you guys want me to, there are a few things that you haven't like tied up your loose ends on. There's the goblins have a contract out on Euclid just to get him over there, not to kill him. Euclid wants the goblins wiped out. There's the bandit camp that you never really resolved your differences with. There are the buildings in town that you can go investigate if you so choose. There's a dragon you could go fight. There's all those bounties you could deal with. There's rumors from the time prior. There's the book. So there's a bunch of things you could try to chip away at if you'd like. Oh, and there's the assassins.
I mean, I'm all... The assassins, yes.
Oh.
I mean, I'm all for going back underground and finding the link from the bandit camp to the Touchstone, but that is my own personal interest and nothing to do with party politics.
Oh no, I was gonna say we should go see what loose ends we still got with those bandits.
So going out to a bandit camp.
I was trying to avoid the bandit camp with the long arm of the law here, but
Hey, I'm not the law. I'm just hanging out.
you're the law.
Making sure nobody gets into trouble.
That sounds like the law.
Well,
But I mean, like, besides bandit camp, we've either got to go and break the law to bring Wycliffe to the goblins, go and kill all the goblins, which is probably, against the law, find my book, which we have no idea where the hell it's at, or
Well,
just
I'm
go
just
and
gonna say
explore
we've had
another
the most
church.
We've had the most success underground.
We really have, yes.
didn't you guys die underground once?
Yeah, well, that was like mediocre.
Well,
it was like
that
a
was
fake
pretend.
death.
That was pretend.
It was an illusion, psychological thing.
Is a practice run.
Yeah, it was like a practice death. So we'll go down this time and we'll die for sure.
All right. Well, I'm game for going back underground. We found lots of good shit down there.
And I mean, the door's right here.
Yeah.
True.
Okay, so you
So
guys have made up your minds and you're going to actually go into the underground again?
Yes.
Yeah, why not?
Sure, why not?
Okay.
As long as we do have everyone in the party and, Terry's still not out or Tinkle's still not out and exploring.
I would assume Tinkle's back by now.
We will wait.
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay, cool.
So you guys...
Bandit.
Can we potentially hide where we're staying in this burnt down thing so someone just doesn't come wandering through the ruins, sees like our gear that we're not taking with us, or
Oh, I
I
assumed that you guys were actually taking advantage of the lock that's inside the...
secret door?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
That's kind of what I was hinting at, but I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, I mean, in a place like the ruins of the Miner's Paradise, the actual trapdoor that leads into the basement has a lock on it, because if some stuff gets too rough, the barkeep will just run down here.
Okay.
So
So we're squatters.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
At this point in time, yes.
We're doing swell for ourselves, okay? We're going places. It's not college, but it's places.
All right. So you guys head into the small, cramped hallway underneath the Miner's Paradise, behind that fake wall that's there. And as you head down into it, you come across again the opening that leads to the 5 paths. The one, of course, behind you, the 4 spread out ahead of you, one of which you've already been down and know that's where the ruined reliquary is. And you can actually smell coming from that area the distinct stench of decay and disgusting flesh down there.
I don't really want to go that way. That way doesn't smell nice.
Let's take one to the right.
Yeah.
Okay.
The left-hand roulette.
So you go just one over. And as you head down there, your footsteps kind of echo oddly. First they're too quiet, and then they're too loud. None of them really having the same cadence. And as you get to the end, you find yourselves in a room much like the one that held the previous reliquary. You're kind of hidden behind a painting of some sort or some religious iconography. And in the room itself is a massive kind of ziggurat-style pedestal. At the top you can see an empty, you want to say, pedestal again kind of thing. It has 4 clips that seem to hold on to a large object, but the object is not there at the moment. Around it you can see, chased in gold, are the symbols of Margrive.
Curious where the is it like the other one and it has an exit point?
It does actually have an
Crossroad?
exit point, yeah.
Do we
There's several exit
continue on?
points.
Oh, several exit points.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything that'll like shoot us like the last one, like the little rubies that we should be wary of?
Taking a quick perception check. And a look around the room, you notice that there are, in fact, those kind of same magical-looking rubies scattered about the place, but none of them seem to have that innate, brilliant glow the other ones did.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
make sure everyone knows that, just because.
Quick appraisal on these rubies. Are they nice rubies?
Very nice rubies. Each one could probably fetch between 250 and 500 gold pieces, depending on the buyer. They are up off the ground, and they'd be hard to pry out, but it might be worth it.
Who's got those boots of walking?
I do.
That's fair, actually.
Who's got those boots of walking? Start collecting.
Who can also climb? This guy can.
So, should we split up, see what we can grab?
Oh, I mean, I'd prefer them not to shoot at us if we ever come back this way. So let's just disarm them. And
And maybe put them in your pockets. Whatever.
if they fetch us some adventuring stuff, I'm fairly certain the previous owners won't mind.
Boots were made for looting.
Yeah.
That's just what
That's
they'll
what
do.
they'll do.
Oh, that's terrible.
So I'm assuming between the
Spectacular.
two of us, we make short work of those.
The 3 of you would actually have to make... Sorry, the 2 of you would have to each make 3 checks of an acrobatics check. Okay, unless you have proficiency in thieves' tools.
You have to do it as an APK through Google Chrome.
What?
What?
So if you...
Tristan, you may wish to mute yourself. Sorry. So between Rox and Ragnar, I'm going to need a total of 6 checks. There are 6 rubies you can go grab within easy reach, even with the walking boots. 6 checks. If you have proficiency with thieves' tools, go ahead and use it. If you don't, it's going to be just a flat dex check instead of an acrobatics check. I don't know why it's acrobatics, but a flat dex check.
Sorry, I didn't hear. If you're proficient in thieves' tools, make what check?
You can use your thieves' tools instead.
I use my thieves' tools.
I will just use a dex.
Why won't it let me use my thieves' tools?
How many times? 3?
3, yep.
6. Oh. Why won't you let me just click on thieves' tools?
Do you have any other dex skills that you're proficient in?
Sleight of hand.
Use sleight of hand 3 times then.
Oh,
So
God.
an 8, a 25, and an 8. I don't know
Okay.
why.
Yeah, you rolled with advantage. Doesn't really matter. So Ragnar walks around, just like actually sideways in the walls. Takes a little while to get used to it, but he actually walks over, digs his long claws into the cracks surrounding the ruby, and pries them out. There's a snapping sound as what appears to be a gold filament breaks as he plucks out the ruby, which dims even further. You now have 3 rubies worth 250 GP, Mr. Ragnar. And Rox, as you walk around doing the same thing, you actually reach in, you take your thieves' tools and you start cutting things away. You manage to zap yourself twice,
Oh, nice.
taking 5 points of damage total as the electric kind of backlash of this magical spell hits you. You manage to actually save yourself 1 ruby worth 250 GP and 2 piles of relative ash.
Nice. Thank you. I love it.
All right, but you managed to pry the ones in the room that actually look dangerous. The other ones look more decorative than anything else. There are a total of 4 entrances in this room, one of which you just came from, and 3 that are scattered about the place.
Anybody want to pick a door?
I want to try to see if I can hear anything through each door.
You take an in-depth listen kind of thing at each one of those doors, and I'll get 3 different people to use a perception check, please.
Sure.
First 3.
I'll use one. Ooh.
Hey, that's actually pretty good for my perception.
A -1? Yeah, that's pretty good. Ragnar, listening closely, you hear the faint, hollow whisper of wind moving down the tunnel, and a sound that sounds almost like a ghost, just a faint ooh coming down it. Aiden and Tinkle, you both hear nothing coming down your ends.
I hear wind. Sounds like a ghost over here.
Ghosts. I'm into. I mean, let's go check that out.
Well, it's wind, but it sounds like ghosts, so I don't know if it is ghosts.
Well, at least it's something.
That means it's an exit.
Hey, that might also be what we're looking for, right?
I'm a
Anyways,
caster.
Okay.
So you heard ghosts from down there, and no one else heard anything?
Wind that sounds like ghost.
Oh, well, let's go down that way.
All right. From that direction, you guys walk, not aimlessly, but for a while. You'd say probably about 12 or so minutes. And as you actually get to the other end, there's a staircase that leads up. And there's kind of a stone ceiling above you as the stairs just kind of reach up to it. So you're in a bit of a like the entrance to a tunnel. The stone above you, as you kind of give it a gentle push, is actually movable. You could push it out of the way if you wanted to.
We'll do a quick listen and see if there's anybody there, and then I'll push on it.
You definitely hear a perception check.
I hear a perception. It's that
You do.
perceptive.
It is.
Ooh.
Taking a moment to listen to the kind of seams, as far as you can tell, of this stone, you can hear the sounds of everyday life above you. A lot of people walking around, the sound of hooves on stone as horses move, and just the feeling of a lot of people on the other side of that.
I think this goes to an alley.
Neat. That's good to know.
You're going to push it open?
Go back and try another one, or do we want to push it open and confirm? There's a lot of people around.
Yeah, I would wait till night.
Okay.
Yeah,
Let's go back.
we don't want to freak out people.
Yeah, we don't want people like just seeing us pop out of places.
Fair enough.
We've already had it happen once. That's one too many. Maybe twice. Okay.
Then let's go back and go down a different tunnel.
Okay. So heading down, do you want to head down Aiden's tunnel or Tinkle's tunnel?
Tinkle's
Tinkle's tunnel?
Yeah.
All right, we're heading down Tinkle's tunnel. As you guys head down there, you come to eventually it seems to loop around and go close to the same direction as the other tunnel, if your underground sense of direction is anything to go by, and you hear much the same from up here. It comes to the same kind of stairway that leads to a stone kind of thing you could probably lift up, and listening to the other edge, you hear the same sort of sounds. Different, because it's different people, different place, but similar.
Then let's go back and go down Aiden's tunnel.
Heading down Aiden's tunnel, you hear at the end of it the faint clink of coins for just a little bit. And instead of having the staircase that leads up, there's just like the tunnel slowly slopes upward until you hit a kind of door at the end. Wooden, but it looks more like a wall than a door. You can hear this faint sound of coins clinking on the other side, one or two people talking, and then the sound of a distinct doorbell kind of thing, you think? Sorry, not doorbell, door. Yeah, no, literally doorbells, yes. Faint jingle.
Seems like time for a firebolt.
Sorry?
No, definitely not time for a firebolt.
No, it's not time for firebolt. Not right now.
You already did enough damage, Tingle.
Who's good at hearing through stuff?
Apparently Rox is.
I wouldn't say I'm good at it, but I can. Let me pull out my ears.
What do your cat ears hear? Nothing. You hear muffled sounds, but it's the door or whatever it is, the wall is too thick for you to hear clearly through.
Do you want to just... Well, okay, so my thought is if this is a business, then the person who owns this business probably knows that this is an entrance. So I don't know if we want to alarm him.
Here's the question. Does my thieves' tool have a little drill?
It does not have an auger, no.
So we have two options. We can open this and surprise whoever's on the other side, or we can try and figure out where this kind of is in the city and then find the front of the business first and scout it out.
Well, I'm going to play knock knock ginger.
Sorry, what?
I'm going to knock on it and run.
You run up in between the legs of your larger companions, you knock twice quickly on it and book it, running back down the tunnel.
Oh, you got it.
All right, I'm just going to open it. Fuck it.
Okay. So you open the door, you push on it, and there's a massive weight that slides a little almost too easily on well-oiled hinges. And as you step out, you can see a frightened little man, human, but only about 5 feet tall, look up from the desk he's sitting at, look around quickly to a room full of tables and stuff to see that no one else is there. Just, you're not supposed to use that during the daylight.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Get in here and close it. What are you doing?
Okay, yeah, everybody come in.
We go in.
Look, you might be new initiates, but that's no excuse to use the tunnels this time of day. What are you thinking?
I don't know. I was looking around. I wanted to familiarize myself with the place.
Were you poking around in the sacred relics? Or were you just imbibing too much of the wine?
Probably more of the latter.
Did you at least replace it?
I can.
He kind of takes a moment to look you over. Are you wearing your crest at the moment?
No. I thought that would be a bad idea, walking around with that on.
That's fair. So he looks you over and goes, "Oh, were you those new fellows? The ones, dealing with the Inquisition? You look the sort, all rough and stuff. You don't bear their mark."
That's us.
Look, I get it, you're curious, I was too, but that's no reason to go searching around when there are people on the loose who know about that place.
Okay. What's the Well, what's the best time to come around here then?
I mean, if you have permission to participate in the rituals, I'd say 2 weeks from now. Otherwise, wait until proper moonfall like everybody else, and you can come to the lessons.
The lessons? Where are they here, or are they in there?
Wait.
Sorry, I'm brand new.
He looks at you a little quizzically and starts reaching a hand below the counter. Exactly how new is new?
Like yesterday.
I see. And, who exactly are you? What's your rank?
Good question. I'm, I don't know.
Well, you crumble under pressure, don't you?
He takes a moment to think, and he pulls out a wand and starts initiative.
My crest is showing. I don't know if that helped, but...
Which crest do you have at the moment? Oh, right. Yes, actually, that would help if you say something.
Wait, what? If is my crest showing? Because they hit my stomach.
No.
Oh, wait,
He's talking about his. Eskenor's talking about his crest, not his brand, but his crest.
Oh, okay.
He's a paladin. He has a little holy symbol and a tattoo of a holy symbol.
Chest.
Also, my shield has that shit on the front of it too.
It does. Yeah. So that is actually going to start combat.
Okay, well, fun.
Coo.
I had something to say that would have saved us.
You can go ahead and try it. Like, I will give you a little bit before combat starts to go ahead and say something.
Okay, I'll roll my initiative, but yeah. Great roll. Okay, so I'm just gonna look at them and be like, "Hey, we're super new. As you can tell, he's kind of dumb, but we let him speak anyway. We were mostly hired to just fight, so that's why he's not entirely sure of everything that's going on right now. And he probably doesn't even know where exactly he is. Isn't that right, Aiden? You have no idea where you are right now."
Honestly, no. We are looking around.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and roll a deception check.
Persuasion?
Deception.
Deception.
You're bold-faced lying to him.
I was wondering.
Well, that sucks.
When I was going to have to make a deception check because I knew I was going to fail.
Wait.
Yes!
I was gonna say he's gonna roll disadvantage, but he's got the same roll.
I'll fucking take it. That's why I wanted persuasion, because then I get advantage.
All right, so at your explanation, like, he's pulled out a wand. It's already starting to glow with a fierce light of magic, so he points it off to the side, and 3 separate searing beams scorch part of the inn that looks like it's probably had this happen to it before. He pulls the wand down a little. He goes, "Oh, you're not initiates. You're mercenaries. Oh,
I must have misinterpreted what my part was then."
Kind of puts the wand away. Right, yeah, no one would be stupid enough to go around bearing the crest of the Order of the True Saints in our own sacred preserves. That makes so much more sense. Right. So, you're the mercenaries.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'll inform you. You don't come to the lessons. You're not worthy. But we will need you here at Moon's Fall. That's
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Moon's Fall.
Moon's Fall.
I know it's probably been a jumbled mess with most of the elders in disarray, thanks to what happened to the other reliquary, but I can assure you, you will be paid. You will be. My guarantee.
Handsomely.
I mean, that was the deal originally, wasn't it?
Just clarifying.
Of course. I mean, you're a mercenary. Money is your thing.
This may be above my pay grade, I guess, but do you know anything that happened last night?
What, you mean the undead incursion?
Yeah. Because that was pretty intense.
Yeah. No. I heard the swift trees were actually in bed with the Lich, but I didn't think they were that far in bed with them.
Jeez.
But no, with their relic destroyed, the reliquary destroyed, and most of their elders dead, I can only assume that they tried something drastic to gain back even a semblance of power. As it stands now, they're probably just going to be wiped
we
out.
lost power.
Oh,
Hello?
Hey,
Yeah, we lost power out here.
Oh, fun.
fantastic.
Yeah, I'm using my phone, so.
explains why you disappeared from Roll20.
Yep.
Saw that
Yeah.
happen.
Shall we wait a couple of minutes, take a pee break, and see if it comes back?
Yeah, let's go ahead and take a bit of a break, and when we'll come back, and hopefully everything is good and stuff.
I was ready to fight.
All right, so
Did the guy at least look strong?
no, he's this wimpy little 5 foot tall, skinny, nothing,
All right, then I don't regret my decisions at all.
sir.
I mean, in one more level, I'd be more than happy to take him and make him my ghostly puppet.
All right, so yeah, we'll wait until 10:05 and see if that works. I'm just gonna say that was very well done, Escanor. A double 21 on deception. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was pure luck. Good thing my
Yeah, if anything happens, we could just play over my phone. And somebody will just have to roll for us.
If it actually comes to a combat break time, I think we'll just call it there for the night, and we can pick up a next week on combat. For now, you guys have talked your way out of combat, so it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't know why it shut off. The breaker's not blown.
No fire.
Power is one of those
Transformers.
Well, and what's weird is that there's power in Henry's room. Well, one of the lights is still on, but nowhere else. Oh, no, all the main lights. Yeah. Yeah, but they're not at home. Oh.
That is really weird that your lights are working.
Well, it's only one light.
Oh.
It's an outlet.
Oh, it's an outlet? It could have a battery on it then.
Could be.
Is it like
I
a
don't know.
night light, or is it a
It's just
actual...
kind of like a little lamp.
Yeah, it could have a battery on it.
Mm.
But, everything is...
Could just be something as simple as somebody hit a pole between us and you. That's just awesome.
That means power.
Yeah.
Kelly, spotlights up his house. There's no spotlights at Kelly's house. The lights up. And they
Alrighty. So, how's everyone doing besides that?
Ooh, living life.
It's fair.
Yeah, we could still play. It would just be over my phone, and I guess Tristan could download Discord as well. And somebody would just have to go on to our things and roll for us, which would probably end up being Devin.
Yeah.
I'm the only one who can see them right now. But That's typically not something I want to do, just in case like it rolls poorly, and then it's my fault. You know?
It's your fault.
I give you my permission.
I am not killing your character by accident.
Also, it's on roll 20, so it's roll 20s.
It's roll 20.
It's fair.
Also, doesn't my shield have the crest of that guy that we killed in the tunnel? Not Order of the True Saints.
You're right. It has the holy crest of the thing, which would have actually helped you quite a bit. I thought you were referring to your previous shield for some reason, because I'm silly. No, you're right.
+1 shield.
It has the crest of the Margraves on it. You're right.
Are you downloading Discord? So
I was just thinking about that. I was like, wait a minute. If he probably would have just attacked me if it had Order of the True Saints, I would have been doing every disadvantage there.
Yeah.
Are you okay with that, Tristan? If we do Discord and then somebody else rolls for us? Tristan's fine with it.
But I was totally waiting for a deception check. Because I was just talking.
Well, I mean, the only time I'm going to ask for a deception check is if you tell an incredible lie that would never fly. But he supplied most of the stuff himself, and you were just talking regularly. Not a big deal.
Yeah.
Hey, my lie was believable, and hence why you fell for it.
It's true. He did fall for it. I will have you know, he nat won that check, so you didn't even have to roll that high. You had to roll like a 6.
Anything. I could have told him I was a dragonborn, and he's like, yeah, that tracks.
Yep, tracks. Yep, good. Yep.
Yeah, I have disadvantage too with deception. And
How do you have disadvantage on deception? Oh, the brand, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I cannot. Well, I can lie. I just.
You suck at it right now.
But no,
100%.
before I sucked at it. This time I am like screwed.
Okay.
100%.
Everybody hear me?
Never have had a.
I hear you just fine.
Okay, cool. I'm just gonna grab my
That's fair.
headphones, pop them in real quick, and then I can probably actually roll or open roll 20 on my phone here. So
Okay, so we'll keep going, and if we do get to a combat, I will probably stop for that. I'll like let skill checks go through and stuff. But doing a full blown combat over phone is kind of a bit much.
next to impossible. Yeah, good call.
So we'll do skill checks for now. So
You can do roll 20 on your phone.
yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, Tristan, you have tablets.
Well, I got my tablet, but my tablet's dead and has been dead for the last 6 months.
Oh my God, how
Also,
could you?
we don't have internet,
Right.
so I have to use data.
My tablet's connected to data, but I'm just gonna try to open roll 20 on my phone here real quick.
That's fair. I was like, wait, Tristan worked for the source. Obviously, he has a tablet.
Man, I technically have 4 tablets in this house.
I worked for the source. I don't have a tablet.
Yeah, but you're special.
I did work for the source, and I have a tablet.
Yeah, right? See? Everyone has a tablet.
Not me.
I have a Surface. Is that a tablet?
I mean, it's the Surface Pro tablet if you have the Surface Pro, like, 2 or 3.
I have the Surface Go.
Oh, yeah. All right, anyway, so we'll get back into it. Sorry for the interruption, folks. Sorry for, like, the technical problems we are currently experiencing. But, so he puts the wand down after having discharged it, and he says, so, 2 weeks, don't forget. Till then, there's a few strange folks wandering around town, and I want you to keep an eye on them. There's just a few folks. I've heard rumors they're staying at the Miner's Paradise, like the old Miner's Paradise, the ruins there. So if you can keep an eye on them for me, I'd appreciate that. Any info you have on them, if you watch their comings and goings, I'll pay you well for.
What do they look like?
Don't know. The Swifttrees were the ones that were supposed to deal with them. Then, I mean, the Wycliffes were at first, and then apparently a bandit ambush failed. We haven't heard from the bandits since, and then the Swifttrees are supposed to deal with them, but the assassins, they bought apparently flunked.
So you
So
guys hired the D team. Got
Are
it.
these the same idiots that killed the town guard?
yes, those ones.
No, perfect.
But it's rumored that they have at least 1 or 2 people amongst them that can disguise themselves. So be careful about that.
Wow, these people sound like jackasses.
I think
They
so.
sound really tough, like scary tough. But you know what? We'll take it. We got
I guess
you.
if the first 2 attempts failed, do you know what the third attempt will be? We wouldn't want to interfere with somebody trying something out.
No, that's why we need you for Moonrise. We're pretty sure they already know about it. They interfered in one of our rituals before, so... Sorry, Moonfall, not Moonrise. You won't be here for Moonrise. That's 6 months from now. But we need you for Moonfall. The 3 families that are left... Like I said, Swifttree's probably just going to die out real quick here. The 3 families that are left are going to pool our resources and pull off a ceremony.
Cool. Sorry, what was your name?
We don't share names, remember?
What should we call you in case someone doubts us as mercenaries for whatever reason?
Tell them you were sent by the Dancer's Grace.
Thank you, sir.
Sure, that works. All right.
And I guess
Either way,
through
unless...
the front.
Front
Yeah,
door.
unless you are buying rooms for me. Out you go.
We'll pop on out.
Okay.
Have a
Sorry,
good day,
excuse
sir.
me. Excuse me. See ya.
So you guys actually step out of a building
What's the building's name?
right here. The Dancer's Grace. It's a rather fancy inn, actually.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm gonna wait until we get quite a ways away
Mm-hmm.
and say, anyone want to go and see Commandant?
What do you mean?
I don't know. Do you want to go and see if I can report what we got here? Obviously, these people are hunting us.
Well, yes, but they obviously still don't know what we look like.
It's definitely true. But there's also
We just need-
now we know another group of mercenaries.
Yes, that as well. Which could be coming in on those ships coming and going at night.
There's also a chance he's an idiot and there are no mercenaries.
I mean, all could be true. But do we know what Moonsfall is?
Moonsfall is a religious celebration of the passage from life to death. Happens in about 2 weeks. It's Halloween.
Oh, fun.
Yes.
It's my favorite time of year. I'm gonna pull out my spiders and play with them.
I will award you inspiration for that. That'll
I
happen.
can't have 2 inspiration.
You can. You can pass it off to somebody else, though, if you want.
Sure, we'll give it to Yalak.
All right. Y'all, you got some inspiration, yo. I'll mark it on your sheet for you. Yalak already has inspiration.
Mine's
God, okay, Ragnar, take my fucking inspiration.
I like it.
I'll take it. I know I don't have inspiration.
True, you don't.
I can't even look on Roll20 on my phone. It's not even showing Touchstone.
Alrighty. Okay, well, what's the current plan? Because we seem to have mapped out everything now. Those other 2 tunnels probably come up to situations quite like that one.
I would agree.
They probably head to each section of town for different families.
Yeah.
So
that's
we
what I
might
was-
want to be careful about that.
Well, how many families were there in town? There was the Whitecliffs, the Swiftwinds,
Swift trees.
and then he said 3 others. Swift Trees, and then he said the 3 others.
Yep, so
there's
there's...
5
hired me to kill the Goliath?
Sorry?
Who hired me to kill the Goliath? It was one
Oh,
of the
jeez.
families.
To kill the Goliath?
Yeah. And then I just took the head from everyone else because they were fine with it.
Oh, right. Way back when. No, that would have been the Swift Trees.
Okay.
And that was an internal power struggle between the Swift Trees and the Wycliffes. Because the Wycliffes owned the bandits. Swift Trees didn't want them to anymore.
Makes sense.
So the Wycliffes, the Teak, the Teaks, the Swift Trees, and then there's a loose conglomeration that call themselves a family, but they're just the traders because they don't have a defined family name. There's a bunch of them.
If we want to get land, the traders are our best bet. Anyway, carry on with what you were doing.
Well, no, I was just looking at the tunnels because there were 5 tunnels that broke out from the miners' paradise.
No, there were 4 tunnels that broke up from the Miner's Paradise, but there were 5 tunnels in total because one headed back to the Miner's Paradise. That's when he came from.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, let's check out where the other 2 lead at least. Before nighttime hits is probably the best bet.
Wait, so we're
Because
gonna...
apparently they're used at night.
I mean,
Probably. And let's not open up any doors.
Yes.
or knock on any of them.
Well, Terry's still... Tinkle's still in the tunnels. He didn't come out. He ran back in.
He's gone.
So he's probably at the Miner's Paradise.
In my defense, I didn't notice. It's very short.
All right. Well, what do we want to do? Do we want to head back to Miner's Paradise?
Yeah, sure.
Might as well find him before any more... Because they said they hired assassins. We only ran into one.
Yeah, but apparently they flunked out or whatever.
Yeah, but the other assassin could still be around if there's more than one.
Weren't they pulled off of us as well?
That's how we killed him. Well, we killed
No, you
one.
killed one.
Well, there's still that guy's associates and all that.
No,
and
I
I'm
know,
pretty sure the commandant. I'm pretty sure the commandant said they went and dealt with that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just with that group, that doesn't state about any other group.
Yeah, or
Yeah,
the current mercenaries that are probably coming after us.
If that's truth.
Yeah. Along our way to Miner's Paradise, I want to get a hold of some guard and tell him I want to talk to the captain at some point. Want him to meet me somewhere. Probably not Miner's Paradise, but
I'm assuming you're going to use message.
I don't think I have this.
Oh no, you guys. Sorry, you're not going back in the tunnels. You're leaving the overland road, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Tinkle, did you head back to Miner's Paradise, or are you just wandering around down there?
I'm in Miner's Paradise. I'm under one of the counters, and I'm ready to surprise the group when they come back.
Fair
I
enough.
want to scare them.
But you'd be facing the tunnels because you assume we followed you. Correct?
Possibly. Like, it's up to him. If he thinks that you guys left an overland route, then he could be just waiting for you. But either way, so Aiden, you kind of peel off from the party a little bit and talk to one of the guards and tell them that you want to talk to the captain. Not the commandant, but the captain, right?
Yeah, or, I mean, I'd rather the commandant, but he's a pretty busy man, I take it.
Well, and the commandant isn't in charge of the guards. No, the commandant is in charge of the guards. Captain Dagan's the one that you'd want to talk to instead, though, if the commandant is busy.
Yeah.
So they managed to set up a meeting with Captain Dagan with you, and of course it's going to be down south of the Salty Sailor, because that's apparently the meeting place that he's now using from now on.
Sure. Works for me.
One thing I am going to do is I'm going to cast some visibility on myself, and I'm going to see if anybody is trailing the party.
Go ahead and roll a perception check.
And I'm going to do that for like an hour.
All right. You don't notice anybody following the party. Most people actually tend to give you a wide berth because you distinctly gave off the impression of outlanders.
That is fair. I will just keep careful watch.
All right.
What about my passive perception? It's 13. I don't know if that'll help, but...
You notice people giving you weird looks, although because people know that a dark elf was recently branded, they don't seem to shy away in fear from you. It's unusual because no one's actually afraid of you right now, something you're not used to. It's a little unsettling.
I was given permission to continue to conceal my face, though, wasn't I?
You were.
So that's still happening.
Yep, but people aren't afraid of you. Even if they do catch glimpses of your real face, you'll notice that. They're not afraid of you at the moment. They're curious, not afraid. Alright, as most of you head back to the Miner's Paradise, Aiden continues on south to the Salty Sailor. You guys get to the building itself when Tinkle pops it from behind the counter going, boo! Spoiled only by... Tinkle, go ahead and make a stealth check. Okay, does anyone have a passive perception that beats that?
I have no idea what he rolled.
19.
19.
Oh, then definitely not.
So, Tinkle pops out going, boo! And scares the living crap out of most of you because you know this place is supposed to be abandoned. It's fortunate that he did because he was actually able to unlock the tunnel again from the inside. You guys didn't have to break through kind of thing. But still, the little jerk just popped out of nowhere. Aiden, in about an hour, you meet up with Captain Dagan of the guard. You can see him there with his symbol of authority and stuff. And he just nods at you. You had something to say?
Yeah. And I report everything I heard.
That's not good.
Yeah. Apparently something's happening on Moonsfall. And, it's at, I don't know, I believe some seekers were sent down some tunnels at some point, right?
Yes.
I don't know if you guys mapped out the whole place, but...
no, the seekers didn't return.
Oh, good. Well, bad, but good to know. All those tunnels lead up to different parts of the city, obviously. One of them comes out at Dancing Grace.
The Dancer's Grace, north end of town?
Yeah.
Good to know.
A little fella in there with some magic, and he seems to have hired some mercenaries. Because he thought we were mercenaries.
You weren't supposed to get directly involved with this at the moment. That's what the Seekers are for.
Look, man, I'm following the party. I'm looking after them, but they go wherever.
Look, the Commandant doesn't want anyone to know, but we're down 3 Seekers, 3 full Seekers, and an Inquisitor. The Undead killed one of our own last night. We're not even sure how. They were basic zombies, but he was ambushed outside the Great Library.
Oh, yeah, those undead guys were tied to the Swift Trees, if you guys didn't know.
We kind of had an assumption.
Yeah. We've also run into Archbishop Xerxes in an invisible cathedral.
You reported these invisible cathedrals last time. You found another one?
Yeah. There's a great big one in the Wycliffe district.
I see. Is this becoming too much for you? It's quite a trial to be placed on one so young.
I mean, I'm going to be around for a while. We're good. Sorry, I'm reading chat. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's not a big thing. These people seem capable.
Capable of getting themselves caught, it seems. That little one, Tinkle.
Yep.
Dig up more about him. He seems to be an agent of chaos, and that's something we can't abide in a situation like this.
He's a tricky little fellow for sure. We were purely, it seemed, on a scouting mission, and then he knocked on the door and ran further into the tunnel. So that's what got us into that whole thing in the first place.
Well, keep an eye on him. Notice any distinguishing characteristics. Take account of his accent. And I'll send a few researchers to dig up what we can.
Yeah. They use the tunnels mainly at night.
Good to know. Do you have any idea where this ceremony is going to be taking place? The one you mentioned at Moon's Fall?
Out of game, I don't remember.
He just said to me that Dancer's Grace.
Yeah. Apparently people were just meeting at Dancer's Grace. And they don't exchange names with each other, which I mean, obviously it's a good plan for them, but something to keep note of.
Good.
So if you're asked, or if any of the guys are asked, by any of them, tell them they were sent by Dancer's Grace. I think maybe they use their buildings as call signs.
Are you able to mark roughly where the other ones came out?
I don't know if my navigation is good enough.
Well, it's not your job either way. I just want to know why the Seekers died. How... Did you encounter anything lethal?
Down in the tunnel?
Yeah.
Some crazy paladin fucking guy.
Not him. Anything else? The Seekers wouldn't have engaged anybody. They would have run. Something caught them off guard.
There were some traps built into some gems.
Good.
That about as far as I've seen so far.
Well, there are more reinforcements coming from Boloth. It's going to take about a week for them to get here, but they should be here before the moonrise. Moonfall.
Moonrise? That's apparently in like 6 months or something.
Moonrise is a far distance away, I'm aware. Sorry, I had in the drink and all that. Moonfall.
Fair enough. Alright, well, you know, that's all I've got for now.
Alright. Be on your way then, and make sure to tip a waitress or two on the way out so they don't really remember you.
Sure.
Okay, he kind of leans back and you can see him scribbling on some notes.
I toss him 2 gold as I leave.
Okay. So the rest of the party, you've got about an hour to kill. 2 hours, actually. What do you guys want to do for 2 hours?
I want to find that blacksmith apprentice bitch. Got away from me before. I want to see if I can find him in 2 hours.
Okay.
I want to continuously play practical jokes on the party.
Go ahead and roll a sleight of hand check. Versus everybody's perception. Passive perception, that is. You attempt your best to try playing some pranks on people, but every time you're just about to pull it off, someone just smacks you on the back of the head idly and takes the whatever you're doing out of your hands. No tinkle. You get put up on a counter more often than you'd like to admit, and it is always hard to get down.
On his first attempt to pull a joke, I'm gonna once I hit him, walk away. I'm gonna go find a cook and spend a day doing that, or the time doing the cooking.
Askinor, I'll get you to roll an investigation check, please.
Cool. Since I already know his rough area, do I get advantage?
I would allow advantage, yeah.
Yes. Always beg for advantage, team. Investigation, you said?
Yep.
Yes.
So you eventually do find him. You find where he's staying. You actually find him in this little building right there. An old abandoned shack. More of a lean-to that was used by a few sailors, who didn't have any other place to stay. You can see that he's been living out of this little hut thing for a while now.
Cool. I'm gonna kind of knock.
Okay. As you do so, he kind of looks out and goes, "Look, I'm not interested. I'm not moving." Goes back in.
That's a funny thing for an apprentice to say.
He immediately pops back out again, knife in hand. What do you mean? What are you talking about? Who are you?
My name is Escanor. There's a bounty on your head from the blacksmith. He wants to know where you are, and I'm going to tell him all of the things about the bounty. I just had to pull it up. That's why I'm buying time right now. It's 2,000 gold pieces plus the item of choice from the blacksmith.
Look, can you believe him? He's not going to pay for you to bring me back. He's going to pay for you to bring me back so he can kill me. Is that the kind of person you are? I heard bounty hunters were bad, but I didn't think you were that bad.
Well, based off of my investigations, I know that he was not the greatest to you. However, I am in dire need of both gold and armor. However, if you can figure out a way to get me some armor, I will help you get out of town unnoticed. Some plate armor.
Oh.
You look, even if I knew how to get you plate, I'm not saying I do. Look, I'll make you a deal. You get me passage on one of those ships. Give me a ticket for tomorrow, and I'll bring you some armor.
Some plate armor?
The closest thing I can. Yeah.
Chopsticks.
It's a pair of chopsticks and a pat on the back. Well, it is against the law to turn you in to be murdered, so I'll accept your deal.
All right, look. Getting a ticket's going to require some finesse. It's not like you can just walk up and ask for one. But you give me one for tomorrow, you come back here with that ticket after midnight. I'll have you a set of plate armor.
All right, I'm going to walk up and ask for a ticket.
Okay. You walk up to the Port Authority. There's this big building that sticks out. There's the docks that kind of reach out over the water. And as you approach the place, and you can see there's a reasonable lineup, and as you get closer, most of them are just like rough, unshaven, unkempt people looking for work, and they kind of part as you get close. As you approach the building itself, the doors are standing open, and inside is this kind of really sleek-looking marble put down with no boot prints on it at all. See, it's a little... You might either disconsider or you take joy in the fact that your boot prints are muddy. As you approach the desk, you can see a stout dwarvish fellow looking at you with disdain. All right, what are you doing here? What do you need?
Hey, I need a passage on this boat on one of these boats for tomorrow.
These are cargo ships.
Yes.
Cargo, people aren't cargo. We're not into slaving.
I know, however, should the person stay here, there is a very good chance he will be hunted down and killed.
Right. Have you got papers for this person?
No.
You've got no papers. You want passage on a cargo ship. When?
Tomorrow?
You're asking for the impossible, you are. But you know what? You look the right sort of fella. How's about you, slip me something shiny to remember the names of a few captains you might be able to talk to, huh?
Yeah, sure. I'll slip him something shiny. But I'm not gonna be like on the down low. I'm gonna be pretty obvious that I'm slipping him something shiny.
Yeah, how much? What are you giving him now?
Let's say 5 gold.
Kind of grabs it. You fucking mad. Don't mean right now, but takes a moment. Stan picks up a little bit of parchment, scribbles some names on it. Here. Hands a list over to you. And you better be believing me. You didn't hear this from me. You didn't give me anything. There was nothing that happened here. You're just going to go, right? You're going to go.
Yeah, cool. And what's the name of the person I didn't hear it from?
Not me, not Sue.
Cool. Not me. I'm going to make a point of taking that down.
Right.
All right, I'm going to go find the people on the paper.
Okay. That will take you a bit more than 2 hours to do. Did you want to go back to the party instead and maybe enlist their help, or are you just going to try and solo adventure this part?
I'm gonna try to carry on because I'm on a kind of a time crunch.
Okay. So for the rest of the party, anyone else want to do anything during the relatively 2-ish hours?
No, I will spend an hour resting and then the other hour staying away from Tinkle.
That's fair.
I'll probably go loiter in the street.
So Escanor, you managed to find the captains. They're actually all talking together at a table, and the thing that you notice first and foremost is all of them have a kind of patch on their arm. It's this odd sort of check mark with coins kind of spilling from it. You'd almost say it looks like a chevron, maybe like a military unit. And as you approach them, you can see them like whispering to each other.
I'm gonna walk up and ask for passage onto one of their ships for tomorrow.
All three of them look at you like, right. Well, I'm running cargo. You running cargo? You running cargo? Yeah, we're all running cargo. We're not running people. Sorry. True.
I'm going to go. I understand that these are cargo ships. However, should this person not get passage, there is a very good chance he will be hunted down and killed, and that is against the law.
Right, but it's not my problem. It's yours.
Well, I guess all this money I have isn't your problem either, then.
Oh, wait now. You didn't say you spoke the language. How much is money?
All right, out of game, how much is like enough money that they would go, holy shit, that's a lot of money?
Go ahead and roll a history check.
Cool. History. Oh, great.
When in doubt, millions.
No one has millions of gold. Ooh, I'm right in the middle.
A successful ship captain typically rakes in about 100 gold pieces a month. A lot of money would be a month's worth.
All right. I'm gonna pull out 50.
Mm-hmm.
50 gold and say, this might just be for the first, for making sure you get them on, and then when you come back, maybe another 50?
The one who talks immediately grabs it and goes, right. And what, you want him to be what, sleeping in my quarters, eating my food, or is he okay on the docks? Or on the decks, sorry.
On the docks?
Yeah, it's going to leave him behind, fuck it.
He didn't tell me where he wanted to sleep, so that's up to you.
Well, you best be telling this person that, come to this ship, and he slips you a piece of paper as well. Tomorrow, noon, dress like a sailor and be ready to work like one, because I don't bring on no freeloaders.
Thank you, sir.
The other two are just kind of looking at him like in absolute disbelief that he just did this. And as you're leaving, you can see he actually pulls out like 5 coins each and hands it off to the other two guys to keep them quiet.
Right on. All right, I'm gonna go back to him and let him know the good news.
Okay. So it's going to take you until like late evening. You're going to be gone and like you're going to be here until midnight. But eventually he does come back. You can see he looks a little worse for wear. On one of his hands, there's this big bandage that's still dripping blood. You can see he's missing 2 of his fingers now, but he's carrying a thick and heavy pack. And then jingling at his side is a fat sack of coin.
Cool.
So he throws down the plate mail and says, "Look, most of the time, this stuff is made for you. I hope you understand that. It's not going to fit well." And so the blacksmith promised you 2,000 gold pieces. Well, I can tell you, he only had this on him. Gives you and he throws down 1,000 gold pieces.
Well, thank you, sir. I have passage for you.
Yeah?
To this boat, and I'm going to give him the piece of paper. He says, dress like a sailor and be prepared to work like one.
All right. Well, you've done well by me. I'll
Also, I could pick up and ask for it. That's totally what I did.
You what, sorry?
You told me I couldn't just walk up and ask to get you on the ship. That's absolutely what I did.
Well, who'd you talk to?
Captain. There was a bit of money changing hands, too. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, well, some of us didn't have money at the time.
That's totally fair. Anyway, you enjoy your ship. I'll enjoy this gold and plate armor.
Look, I don't want to ask for much, but you have enough for a healing potion that I could have?
I'm gonna cure wounds the guy with my stick.
With your wand? Alright.
And you said it would come in handy.
Yeah, right?
Much. This is for money. Then I don't have to spend money on this guy.
Couldn't you just lay on hands him?
I could, but then that takes away from my resources. More than the stick. So, yeah, I'm gonna cure wounds and then ask him if that's okay.
He kind of takes a look at his hand and he goes, yeah, that's fine, thanks. Stop the bleeding at least.
Recent.
Do you by chance have those fingers still?
No. No, I don't.
I could have reattached them if you'd had them. Anyway.
Is it working on this end?
Yeah.
Yep, we can hear you.
I think we can hear you guys.
Can you hear us now?
Yep.
Yep.
So we weren't sure.
All good.
Okay, so it's relatively midnight before Escanor comes back, lugging a slightly stained and soiled sack of armor and a large jingling coin purse at his side.
Oh, I thought it would have hid the coin purse.
Nope, then you hit it, then you're fine. It's in your pack or something like that, it's fine.
Hey guys.
At this point, would I be back?
Oh yeah, by now you'd be back. It's midnight-ish. People have been dealing with Tinkle's crap all day, putting him on counters and stuff to get him out of the way. Aiden has had time to report and come back. Rox, sorry?
Like after like 2 hours, I would have, subdued to wanderlust and started just wandering the city.
Looking for anything in particular? No?
Just like last time. Just seeing what I can see.
You don't really learn anything new wandering around the city, except that, actually, you do hear something. At around 10-ish, night's fallen kind of thing, there's a bit of an uproar. And it travels quickly, because it's so close in the heels of that other tragedy. It looks like one of the town's blacksmiths has been murdered.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, his head was beaten in with one of his own hammers, and a set of his masterwork gear has been stolen.
Who could have done such a terrible thing?
Yeah. Now his supplies, of course, are going to go to the Traders Guild, the Traders family, and they're going to be probably looking for the person who did this, because that's a lot of money to go walking around.
Yeah. Did he belong to one of the families?
No, he belonged to the Traders family. Kind of. Like I said, they're all loosely affiliated. They're known as a family, but they're more of a guild kind of thing.
Couldn't happen to anybody nicer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, nothing I can do to it, so cool. I'll continue walking around. And then, like, at supper time or so, I would probably head back, and then just, if Tinkle's still inside, I'd probably sit on the roof or something.
Sounds good. All right, so it's midnight. Escanor's returned. Do you guys want to do anything else, or we're just going to call it, let the night pass and come to morning?
Yeah, I'm just going to show back up.
Okay.
Tinkle's actually going to go and investigate the tunnel.
He's just going to be brewing.
Okay, so you head down into the tunnel itself and begin investigating. You don't let anyone else know where you're going, I assume?
Nope.
Okay. So you've investigated 2 of the 4 tunnels that lead away from, the Miner's Paradise. Did you want to investigate one of the new ones?
Yep.
Okay. So you head down the one just to the right of the other one that you guys just went down, and you come to much the same room, hidden behind the kind of painting. You can take a look inside the room itself, and you can see the same sort of thing. There are rubies set up on the wall. There's that kind of ziggurat-style pedestal that leads to another one with like these 4 big claws that are meant to clasp something, but it's currently empty. There's a big table, and then there are 3 exits out of the room itself. You can see the symbols of Margrave all over the place.
I just kind of just look around and kind of take in what I see, and I go back to the party and go to sleep.
Sounds good. So, you folks wake up in the morning having done your chores, skill checks, blood money successfully.
I don't know he's killed him yet, because that happened at 10. I got back at midnight.
Yeah, but you didn't really talk to anybody either, so.
Yeah, that's true. Nobody asked me about it.
Okay. You guys can get your long rest in, which means you're going to regain any spell slots you used. You can spend your hit dice, and then you're going to regain, of course, your level times your constitution, and regain half of your total hit dice after the night's over.
Are you able to do that for me, Devin?
Absolutely. All right, so Ragnar, you're regaining 15 hit points just from natural healing.
Sweet.
And you're back up at full hit dice.
Woot woot.
Even though I'm gonna know.
And then so Tristan, you would have regained 5 hit points naturally. And then you rolled 2 hit dice as well.
Well, I meant to roll 1, but the whole thing glitched.
Okay, so you should be back up actually at 46, right?
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay, and you'll regain all of your hit dice by the time the night's over. Is anybody else rolling any hit dice? No, Aiden?
I rolled 1. I rolled a 3.
I already rolled mine.
Okay, and Splintering Rocks, you're full health anyway. All right.
10 plus 3 is 13, and I was at 25, so just 38 max HP.
Beautiful.
Magnifico.
Okay. So, in the morning, you guys all wake up, you're next to each other kind of thing. You're kind of groggy from sleeping on the ground for how many nights in a row? You don't even really remember. But the miner's paradise is slowly starting to settle. The smell of soot and ash is leaving. No one's come to claim the place yet, of course. Until this morning you hear footsteps up above as you guys are underneath the ground right now.
I will take the time to put on armor.
Good choice.
Just want to point out that basically told the captain what we were doing last night.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling everyone in the party.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
What? Why?
Hey,
It
listen.
works for the captain. Captain pays him. We don't.
Listen. I'm with you guys. But I have a job to do. And also, if shit's gonna go down, it's better to have a complete faction on your side. You got to admit that.
Only if you can trust the faction.
Listen, it's called the Order of the True Saints. They have shit called Seekers. They're out there looking for information, trying to figure out what the fuck is going on.
Or so they say.
Yeah, sure. But
I'm fairly certain if
they
you
also
ask.
haven't been trying to kill you guys, as everyone else has almost. At least
Really?
the Wycliffe and the Swift Trees.
Really?
And these Margrave guys.
Really? So the thing that happened in the town square, which potentially had death, wasn't them trying to kill us?
Which?
The trial?
No, that was the law and order of the place. The factions tied to it, but not. They're more high level than that.
Uh-huh. I'll finish putting on my armor.
Fair enough.
When I hear
this
all
could
these
be-
voices, I want to cast Mage Armor too.
Yep.
Yeah. So this could be an attack, or it could be people coming to check out the place.
Just about when you guys are done putting your armor on, there's like a quick tug or two coming from the trap door that leads upwards. You can hear thunk, thunk as the door gets pulled, and then you hear some faint words on the other side.
What do they sound like?
Sounds like regular speak. It sounds like common, but you can barely understand the syllables. You think you hear the words "need a crowbar"?
Is there, with the order, is there a like a sort of like, not call sign, not catchphrase, but sort of code word?
Typically you just rely on your symbols.
Oh, this is gonna be great.
Yeah.
Look, I'll go up and I'll open that door.
Okay, so you walk up,
Ready.
you open it up, and you can see that there are two stout-looking dwarves. They're kind of looking down at you in a little bit of confusion. Yeah.
Look, I'm as confused as you guys are.
What are you doing squatting in the basement? Get out of there! Get!
What are you doing pulling on our door?
This isn't your door. It belongs to me now. Go!
Who are you? Wait, who are you?
I own this establishment now. I bought it from the traders myself, not 3 hours ago. Get out of my house.
Wait, the traders. This place was owned by Wycliffe.
Yeah, it was. I sold it to the traders, and the traders sold it to me. For a mighty good deal, I might add.
So who are you?
I am the owner of this establishment, and you're squatting in my basement.
Yeah, no, I'm asking names, bro.
Oh. Why the fuck would I owe a squatter my name?
Why does it matter?
I suppose you're right about that.
What's the point of hiding it?
I mean, there is no real point, I should say.
Yeah, so what's your
I
name?
actually need to go grab his character sheet 1 second.
What? Your second is over.
It's Ulrich Stonehammer.
Oh, neat. So, you bought it from the traders.
Aye?
Nice. Cool. Well, I mean, I have no interest in staying in here, but why'd you want to buy this?
I'm just gonna kind of interrupt and speak Dwarvish to this dude and just be like, hey, you want some ale?
Ha! Look, a man who knows how to speak the proper fucking language. Get up here.
Climb on up and we have a beer.
All right, so you pull out your brew that's still partially done, or you're going to just pull out beer in general? Ooh.
We'll do a partially done and then I want his critique and then we'll just have some beer.
Okay, so he looks around the place, finds a few like decent chunks of burned wood, pulls them out, dusts them off a little bit, gives a thumbs up to the partner who's with him, who actually looks like he has a severe scar going across his mouth. Hasn't talked at all yet. He kind of sits him down and he brings out these two like big tankards of ale, dusts them off a little bit, and just holds them out expectantly.
Oh, I'm gonna pour what I got and tell him it's not quite done yet. Needs to ferment.
Oh, that's fine. Don't worry about it. And kind of takes a... That's not bad. It's half done, but it's not bad.
It's first go at it.
It's not bad at all, first go. Mind you, right now it tastes more like swill you'd find in the bottom of the swamp, but I can imagine with a good year's worth of aging, that wouldn't be too bad.
That's what I'm hoping for.
The entire time he is speaking in Dwarvish, by the way.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Are you still talking to Bulwark?
Oh yeah, sorry, I must have missed it.
Sorry. Oh, sorry. I mean, if you're gonna share a beer, at least I can do is share my name. It's Bulwark Stonehammer.
Nice. Are you associated with the traders? Like, are you a part of that family, or are you one of these other guys up and around?
I am part of the traders. I used to be, I used to own my own place, but there was a bit of an incident and he doesn't exist anymore. So they rented this place to me, and I'm going to rebuild it.
Oh, it's going to be a little bit like home then. This place had an instant too. I mean, you probably imagine.
Well, I imagine if it didn't have an instant, it wouldn't be a husk now, would it? Fair warning. Aye?
There's some shit in the basement. Not shit. There's some stuff that that you should be aware of down there.
Sorry, are you saying, yeah, there is shit in the basement, but you haven't been shitting in the basement?
I mean, not that I'm aware of. Maybe these other guys.
Can confirm I have not shat in the basement.
There's more than two of you.
Yeah.
Well, where's the rest of the party then? Get your asses up here.
What's the magic word?
Magic word is get your fucking arses up here before I burn you down. Simple as that.
I'm not
Already
sharing
happened.
beer with
Yeah,
these
the
guys.
basement survived.
I don't care if the place survives another burning down. I'm going to rebuild it anyway. I had a good old stone this time, no more wood. That fancy crap. That's how you burn down a place, make it out of wood.
I find it funny that he thinks there's only one way out.
That's also true.
Look, you coming up or not?
Oh, I'm gonna go.
Oh, come on.
Nah,
Tinker will go up.
Well, aren't you just a fancy crew? You look half starved. What you be eating? Mushrooms and shite?
What's wrong with mushrooms? They're delicious.
Depends where they're grown, my friend.
Mostly I've just
Some of
been
them make you
drinking
see
beer.
things.
It's true. I like those mushrooms, I do.
They're the good kind. Go great in soup and stew.
They do. Especially if you feed them to caribou. You ever had caribou that's been eaten on wild mushroom like that? It's mighty fine fun, my friend. Either way. What are y'all doing in my basement? And what do you mean there's shit in the basement?
Secret tunnels.
Secret tunnels! You're having a laugh, aren't you?
They're not a secret now. You want to come see?
What? You're being serious. There's a secret tunnel in my basement.
At the Chamber of
Still a
Human
bunch of different
Sacrifice.
places. Yeah.
Well, technically 5.
What? No, what? Human sacrifices.
Yeah.
There's a secret tunnel in my basement that leads to a bunch of chambers of human No wonder this place was dirt cheap.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, you have a bit of a security problem.
You think? Show me where it is.
Apparently, the tunnels are also
Oh yeah, and you got termites too.
used at night. Termites don't matter if he's going to make it out of stone.
I'm going to be replacing the whole damn thing anyway. And as he kind of goes down to the basement, oh, look! The casks and kegs are all intact, it looks like. It's not bad. I'll save me a couple thousand.
What'd you pay for this place, if you don't mind me asking?
About 2,500.
Wow, you could have used that money to pay off our debt to the city.
Oh, you're that group of people. No wonder. Everyone's been wondering where you went. Put up such a big show, such a big fuss, brought someone back to life, and you're squatting in a basement? What the fuck's wrong with that picture, eh?
Well, you know.
It's kind of
expensive to
wondering.
bring someone back from the dead.
If I keep brewing my beer, can we stay here?
Oh, you're trying to talk business. Is that what this is?
Well, if you
We
want
got-
more business, I can help with labor.
I got no other place to go currently. I brew
I'm a
some
dark
beer.
elf. I'd be great
I
at
chill.
security for
That's about it.
outsiders.
Wait. You're offering me for my basement, right? Keep in mind, you're offering this for my basement. A free beer supplier, or at least I'm hoping you're going to be thinking about giving me a discount. I do. Some labor from a big, muscly, bound dragon thing. Hey, big fella. And a terrifying-looking night elf all for security.
I mean, also...
Well, yeah, when we're here.
I'm kind of attached to this party, so Warden comes in the deal, I guess, too.
Wait, you're the warden?
Now,
And you've been letting him squat? What kind of fucking warden are you?
just following in the party, man.
I'm sure you are.
Your fear, but we let him lead because it's funny.
Look. Look, if Balrus says you're okay, I'll trust him. What you think, Balrus? You think they're okay? Just kind of gives him a bit of a nod. Look. I mean, it's even given me a decent idea for the name of the inn. Squatters in the basement. That's a laugh, that is. All right, look.
Squatters Inn.
A Squatters Inn. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Might bring the wrong sort of people, I'm thinking, but it's funny. That it is. Good story.
The only major thing is kind of go out and do a bunch of random things constantly.
Well, I mean, you're adventurers, no?
Oh yeah, so we're gonna have a little bit of like graciousness on when we're gonna be here.
Look.
So when we're here, we're here.
Look, the construction starts tomorrow. It's why I'm here, checking the place out. As long as you're willing to work for me for, I'd say, big fella, you work for me 4 hours a day for a week. That pays for a month of your wages or a month of your staying here. So it doesn't matter if it's all at once or not, as long as you give me a week.
Oh, that seems fair enough.
A week every month.
I can play a flute relatively okay sometimes.
You can play a flute relatively okay sometimes.
Yes, sir.
That's like 90%
The fuck's that
of the
mean?
time, he's okay 12% of the time.
Where else in town can you find a dark knight playing a flute? Not a dark knight, a dark elf playing a flute relatively okay sometimes.
And a dragonborn looking cook.
Wait, the Dragonborn can cook? What? His parents?
Oh, yes. I am learning to cook.
So wait. You're telling me for 2,500 gold pieces, I'll land myself a piece of land, a secret tunnel leading to a chamber full of human sacrifices, a dragonborn laborer cook, a dark elf bouncer player, flutist, whatever you want to call yourself, and a brewing partner. That's a fucking deal and a half now, ain't it?
And all it costs is 2,500 and the ability to use your basement.
Well, hey. You're not keeping the basement from me. That's not what you're saying, are you?
No.
No, you're just...
We're just using it to sleep. And
Look. I'll do you one better. You can stay in the basement until the first room is built, and then you move to the room. And you know what? If you want to stay here for a long time, and you start finding yourselves getting relatively famous, then we can think about having you move into proper rooms.
it's more than we, probably expected. So
I'm just warning you. You start fucking me over, you're gonna look like Balrus over there.
I got no reason to fuck you over.
That's right. You got none. You don't want one. Nor do you want to give me a reason to fuck you over. You might be big and tall and lanky. Doesn't mean I can't chop you off the knees and kick you in the dick.
And I can play the flute pretty okay sometimes.
All right. Sounds good to me.
I'm glad you didn't ask for a performance check.
Out of game? out of game, this would have been this party was almost a perfect setup for Bryn, who was trying to start this place up.
Oh, it is pretty good.
It would have been perfect.
Well, maybe you shouldn't have left.
No, everything worked out well.
Bryn's gonna hear this place at some point, and he's gonna be drawn back, and he's like, "Fuck!
Fuck! This was my idea."
All right. Well, you guys have made a deal with Bulwark Stonehammer, which you may or may not live to regret. Who knows? You're going to be working for him for a little while, and I think we'll call it there for the night, with technical issues and stuff. But I'm going to say that we'll have a week of downtime while this place gets built up, and the first room is taking shape kind of thing. It'll probably still be 2-3 months before it's fully livable here. But we'll say a week worth of downtime for you guys to come chill in, that kind of thing. What do you guys think? Does that sound good?
Sure.
Yeah.
Works for me.
Sounds good.
All right. So to everybody out there in Twitch and YouTube land, have yourselves a fantastic evening. Bye.